Present now. Yes, good morning. See, yesterday we were discussing about Prince, you type again, right? Okay. Yesterday we have discussed about what is the flow of execution at the time of execution, or we can say flow of control at the time of execution of a program. Fine. So today we will discuss few more points within that thing. Okay, so the very first thing is we will discuss what are arguments and what are parameters, first of all. Okay, because we are using this word continuously, that pass this argument or this parameter, something like this, fine. So for argument it is given, Python refers to the value being passed as argument and values being received as parameters. Okay, so what you have to understand, when we are passing any value, that value will be called as a argument, and whatever values we are receiving in a function, that will be called as a parameter. Now what is the meaning of this? One example is given to you, that this is one function which is defined with the name multiply. Two values are passed over here, a and b. Okay, y is equal to 3, then multiply. Now see, they have given you in different manners. The very first thing is you can write constant value, you can write variable, you can write both the same variable, you can assign any way, you can write both the different values. So all these things are first of all allowed, and ultimately by using all these methods we are calling this function only. Okay, ultimately we are calling this function. So now what you have to understand, that what we are doing, we are passing the values. We are passing the value from here till here. And just now we have discussed Python refers to the values being passed as arguments. So basically we are passing these two arguments to this. Okay, and values being received as parameters. So parameters are the values which are received over here in A and B. So little bit you have to make this thing in the clear, or we can say that arguments. See, one more line is given. Argument appears in the function call statement. Arguments appear in the function call statement, and parameters appears in function. It is not given over here, but it is in the function header. So basically what we can say, these are your arguments. These are your arguments, and A and B are your parameters. Okay, only this is the thing. Actually two different words are given, so only you have to make this thing clear. Again I am repeating, y and x are arguments, A and B are parameters. As simple as this. Now arguments in Python can be of the following types. You can pass literals. Literals means constant values. You can pass variables. You can pass expression. Now what is the meaning of this? See, first of all they said we can pass literals, means constant value. You can see over here. At the time of call we are passing two constant value. This is allowed. Then we can pass variables also. So you can see it is given p comma 5. So first value is your variable and second value is your constant. Actually what you have to understand, that Python has given you all the types of flexibility. Ultimately you have to pass the value. Now it is your choice. You are passing constant value, or from the variables you are passing the value, or from the expression you are passing the value. For example, here it is one variable and second one is the expression. Okay, so this is how you can do. But from here if you are passing, you can pass these values, but at the time of receiving you cannot write over here as an expression. This will be not allowed. You can see over here that it is given error. It means when we are writing function header, in that particular case both the parameters must be variables only. We cannot write any expression. Okay, it is given also, a function header cannot have expressions. Again I'm repeating, it is compulsory that these must be the values only. Sorry, these must be the variables only. Nothing else we can pass over here. I hope this is also clear to all of you. Then next is over here, that is passing parameters. Now when we talk about parameters, now there are some rules that we have to keep in your mind. First is, now see, two more terms are given. First is formal arguments and second one is the actual arguments, or the parameters are also called as formal arguments. Remember this thing. This will be called as your actual arguments and this will be also called as your formal arguments, or your, here it is given also. In function call statement, we are calling them as arguments or actual arguments, whereas over here we are calling them as parameters or formal arguments. Why I am using all these words? Because you must be clear with these words. Actual arguments means original values, okay, which we have used, and these are only for the formality. Actually we have created for sort of calculation, so therefore these are called as formal arguments or formal parameters or parameters. Okay, so now passing parameters, in that it is given that Python supports three types of formal argument. First is positional argument, which is required argument, means which is compulsory to give. Second is default argument. It means if you have given any default argument, means by default only if you have given any value, in that particular case, at the time of calling, you don't need to pass the value. And third is keyword or named argument. Now see, in this, you can pass any named argument also. Now, how we are going to do all these three, that we will discuss one by one. Okay. Now, for example, I'm just opening Python to explain you that concept. First, we will discuss if we are passing two arguments or definition. Suppose this is add is the function in which two parameters are passed, a and b, and then I'm saying return a plus b. As simple as this. And then I'm writing here, sorry, at the time of calling, I'm writing here add, and we can pass 5,6. Okay, it will return. So directly whatever it is returning, that I am printing. See, we can do like this also. Yesterday only we have discussed this. So if I will run this is simple one, which we have already discussed. Okay, now you can see directly it is showing me 11 as the answer. Now the next thing is, suppose here these all are positional arguments, or you can say compulsory argument. Means if two names are given over here, it means it is compulsory that you have to pass two values. But now suppose if any one is the default argument. For example, I'm making the value of b as 10 over here. And now I'm saying this is the default argument. This is how we are making default argument, first of all. Okay. Now, if this is default argument, now it is not compulsory to pass this value. For example, if you are writing only 5. Okay. If we are passing only 5, so first value will be 5 and second, whatever is the default value will be the value of b. So now you can see it is showing me 5 plus 10 is 15. Now in this you are getting the flexibility. That is, you can, Hanji.
Here, if we write 5,6.
Now I'm writing 5,6. If you will write 5,6, it means your default value you are overwriting. Okay, so it means now what command instruction you have given, that first value must be 5 and second value must be 6. If you are giving second value, then it will override the default value. If you are not giving, then the default value will be considered. So first answer will be 15 and second answer will be 11.
It will not give the error.
Why it will give the error? This is the flexibility you are getting. Okay, this is your flexibility. See, if you are sure you know the value, then you use default value. Suppose I wanted to call the function where 90% times this value was fixed. For example, rate of interest, when we are calculating simple interest and all, rate of interest is 90% it is fixed. Hardly it is changing. So whenever it is changing, that time only we will pass the other information. Otherwise, we will assume that the rate of interest is fixed. Okay. Now it is completely your choice that whether you wanted to use it or no. But Python has given you flexibility. Not only Python, other languages also has given you this type of flexibility of default arguments. Okay, so now basically what you are getting is for one function only different call statements are possible. Now here we will see one more thing because there are some rules actually. So okay, as I said, we can pass the default argument. Now we will do some plus and minus over here. Suppose I am not giving this value I am giving. Suppose this is 10. And if I will use the same thing, now this time I will get error message. Now, anyone, any idea why this is error or why it is not allowed? It is mentioned also. Why is this not allowed?
Ma'am, because it is not a literal.
No. Actually, the rule is, see, you just go through this statement. Non-default argument follows default argument. Okay. Means this is your default argument. After that, you are writing non-default argument. Actually, this is not allowed in any other language also. It is compulsory that if we wanted to assign the values, if we wanted to create default argument, it must be from right to left. Right to left means it is compulsory to assign the value of B first, then only you can assign the value of A. Okay, whatever value variable is in the rightmost side must be assigned the default value, then only you can go to the other variable. For example, now if I will run, no error in this case. Plus you will get one more flexibility, that is you can call this function directly now, print add. Now whatever is the default values, with that only 10 plus 15 it will be 25, so it is going to work perfectly. Okay, so first is with one argument, second is with both the arguments, and here with both the default values. So this is how you can check this. Anyone, any doubt up to here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and best example for this, even it is given in your book. Let me show you from your book only directly. See this one. Interest is the function, principal, time and rate. Okay, so here rate is given, miss the whatever was the last value, where here only the information value has been given, here it is not given. So now for calling this function, you have two methods. Either you can pass only two value, first two values you can pass. First value will be stored in first variable, second value will be stored in second variable. Third value is we have given default one. And see, here the rule is also given, non-default argument cannot follow default argument. Or in our language, I already said that all the default arguments must be in the rightmost side first. From right only you can assign the values. Now, and you can call this function in this. If you are calling in this manner, means all the three values you have passed, so it will override. Principal, then 3 is time, and now rate will become 0.15, means we are overwriting. That is also allowed. Okay, so this is the rule which we have discussed, that it must be appear in the right hand side. Now you can see over here they have given you so many examples on the basis of that. For example, now all of you see, what do you think, this first one is allowed or not allowed? Just check the first line, this line. This type of function header, can we make or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, this is valid. Second one, this one, allowed or no?
No, not allowed.
Very good, not allowed. Why?
Because ma'am, we have not given the
We have
default
to
argument on the
start
right side.
Yes, either we should shift this time is equal to the rightmost side, or we have to give the value of rate. So therefore this is not allowed. Okay, then next one, this one, allowed or not allowed?
Not allowed.
Okay, the same reason, this is also not allowed, because rate, first we have to give the value of rate. What about this one?
Allowed.
This is allowed. Okay, and last one.
Allowed.
Last one, allowed or not allowed?
Allowed.
Allowed, because all
Allowed.
now so all three are given, so you can use them, no problem. Okay, now the next thing is keyword or named argument. Now see, what is the meaning of keyword or name argument? See, sometimes what we were like previously, what we were saying, that the sequence must be same at the time of calling. Sequence has to be same, because here we are discussing also that first value will go to first variable, second goes to second variable, third goes to third variable. But now suppose I don't wanted to follow this method. It means I wanted to give values from my side in any random manner. So in that particular case, what you do, you can use the third concept, that is of keyword or named argument. Now in this, what is given, that at the time of calling only you give variable name and the value at the same time. Again, variable name and value at the same time, variable name and value at the same time. Now it is your choice that how you are calling this function. Okay, here you can see the order is again different, and here if you will see again the order is different. And therefore it is given, you can write any argument in any order provided you name the argument when calling the function. Most important thing is at the time of call. Okay, we will cross check this at the time of call. So suppose I am writing A comma B, and here I am saying add B is equal to 6 comma A is equal to 7. Okay, see, we are checking that how it is working. You'll be not able to see this, so let me run this again. See, working perfectly. The reason is why it is working perfectly. The reason is because we have given variable name and then we have assigned the value. So it is your choice that how you wanted to use your function. All these three methods are allowed. Clear? Now one more thing, if you wanted to combine all these concepts together, okay, that also you can do. For example, these two are positional one, comma C is equal to default value. And if I'm writing like this, now let me know, will this work or no according to you? Yes, this is correct. We will check so many things.
Yes, ma'am, it will work.
It will work? Okay, we will check whether it will work or no. So you can see working perfectly, 23. Why 23? 6 plus 7 plus 10. Okay. So now it is your choice. You can use all these concepts together. Means these are positional argument. This is default argument. And here we have given the value at the time of call statement. So value of B. Achha, here I am going to print the value of B also. What it is going to print? 6 or A? 6 or 7? Because generally we were saying no, first value, first variable, second value, second variable. Now what do you think? Value of B will be what? 6 or 7?
6.
6.
It will be 6. Okay. So if I will run this, you can see it is 6 only. So here what I was saying previously, first value, first variable, second value, second variable will not work. The reason is because here we are assigning first, then we are sending to B or A. Okay. So ultimately you can combine all these three things together. Okay. Now one more thing. Suppose in this only, one more extra thing. If I am not going to write this, now what will happen? Yes, this is correct.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
It will show error.
Not valid. The reason is ultimately I need 3 arguments and it is not received. See, error, missing one argument. Okay, so ultimately what you have to understand that if the function needs 3 value, you have to pass 3 value. It is your choice whether you are passing either in the function header part or in the call statement, but you have to pass, that is for sure. Okay, that is compulsory. Okay, now I'm giving you 5 minutes and I'm giving you one question. Little bit of that we have already discussed. To find simple interest, for that you have to make the function. Formula is P into R into T divided by 100. Okay. Remember, you are going to do it with respect to function. I'm giving you 5 minutes for that. Do it fast. I'm just waiting for your answer. Remember this thing. Even you can see from here also that he has done. All the things are taken as input first, then we are calling the function. Now when we are calling the, see now you know very well that we have multiple ways. Okay, multiple ways means actually 4 methods were there, whether passing the value, returning the value, not returning the value, not pass the value, it is your choice completely. So for example, in this particular method, value has been passed, here it is received, calculated, and here only it is printed. Okay, so that is also correct. And here what I was doing was same thing only. First we have taken all the values, and as I said, I always prefer the method in which first we are taking the all the input, then we are making the function simple interest, and in which we are passing the values. So first we will be passing principal, comma, rate, and comma time, your choice in whatever sequence. And over here first we need to write the definition, and I'm using the same variable. We will check whether it is working with the same variable or not. What do you think, it will work or not work? Okay, because we are returning, so we have to receive over here, or we can directly print here. Print. See, these all are shortcuts. It is your choice. Interest is equal to, and then the value of, then we are calling the function. Okay, then we will call this function and it will work perfectly. Fine. It is asking principal, 100, then rate 10, time 10. So it is, we are getting the perfect answer. So this is how you are going to make this. See, when we are returning the value, there are 2 possibilities. First is this one. Because see, actually the next topic I just wanted to discuss with you. We have little bit time. Second is you receive the value, then you print the value. That is, you can do something like this. S is equal to, then again I'm calling this. This is the second method. Okay, and then to print the value. It is your choice that how you wanted to do. Okay, only the difference is here you are not storing the answer in any variable, and here you are actually storing the answer in one variable. So suppose if you feel like you need this value again and again in your program, then better is to store it in any variable. But suppose you only wanted to print it, then in that particular case, you can directly call like this. So these are the 2 methods. Now, if I will run this, it will ask 2 times. Remember this thing, because 2 times I have called the function 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 2, Okay, sorry. One time only it will call because, sorry, we have called 2 times, so it is showing 2 times the answer, fine. Now, if we don't wanted to return any value, for example, def, suppose I'm making one function welcome, because when you'll be making the project, no, you are going to make welcome screen. So suppose I'm writing welcome and welcome to my project. Whatever you wanted to write, you can create your screen of your choice. So basically what I want this function to be called over here, welcome. Okay, this is the first method that simply we are calling. Okay, and I'm not using return statement over here. If you will run this, so first it will come welcome to my project. Okay, first this will come, then it is asking principal and working perfectly. Now second thing is, if I do the same thing by using print welcome, now what will happen? See what print is doing, actually it is printing any value, but this time you are not passing any value, you are directly printing the answer of this welcome. Okay, so see something different, and the different is first it is going to execute this, but print was not having anything to print. Okay, so therefore you will be getting none as an answer. Remember this thing. This is very common question in output prediction we used to ask. So again I'm repeating, in print function, if this function is not returning anything, in that particular case it will print none after the execution of your function. Is this is clear up to here? Okay, then page number up to page number 113, 113, you are going to read in your book. Okay, we have completed up to 113. That is the return statement. And in return statement, remember, we can return complete expression, we can return simple variable, or we can return directly value also. It is your choice. Okay. Means, for example, if you wanted to return only 100, this will also work. Return rate, if you are doing, that will also work. So anything, 3 things are there, so anything you can do. Okay, so therefore it is given also. These all we have done. Simple interest we have done. For returning values from the function, first is function is returning some value and function is not returning some value. If it is returning the value, see, either we can pass a literal, for example, return 5, return 6 plus 4 is the expression, and return a is your variable. So any one thing we can return. It is your choice that what you wanted to return. And if you are not going to return anything, for example, they have shown you all these examples. If you are using like this, okay, these all are the different methods. See, if you are writing like this, or if you are writing return, one and the same thing, by using return also you will return. If you are not writing return, then also the end of the line will be treated as the last value. So control will automatically return in this case. And one more example was given. This is this example actually I wanted to discuss with you. Code replicate, print dollars, and then in the print we are calling this function. Now see, what this replicate will do, it is going to print these dollars. But what this print will do, it is not having anything to print. So therefore it will print null value. Okay, and whereas in this particular case, you are using return dollar. So therefore, a print will receive these dollars and then it is going to print over here. I hope this is clear. Even this type of thing we have already done. Let me show you one more time. For example, if I'm going to write print, one last example I just wanted to show you. If I write print hello, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? Print hello means?
Hello will be printed, ma'am.
It is going to print hello. Now suppose I am writing print hello, then we have done this last year.
Hello and then none.
Okay, this is what I just wanted to explain to you in that function call also. If we have this print will print hello, but this print is not having anything to print. So this will print none. And this is what we were doing in the previous question also. I hope this is now clear. Up to page number 113, you have to just simply go through. Okay, and then I'll give you some more question answers from chapter number 2 to be done in your notebook. Okay, then good day all of you.